Some say Chinese is one of the most difficult languages in the world, and learning it is almost impossible.
So learning Chinese, the most difficult thing.
非常非常非常非常非常难.
So I'm sort of tone deaf. I can't really hear them.
I think the cultural mindset is the biggest complication for
The grammar.
知吃思诗都还难
It's just complicated so much.
Only because you're not learning it in the right way. Why not try Takeaway Chinese, where you can take some Chinese away and experience progress day by day. Takeaway Chinese, we will promise you a difference.
你好，欢迎收听随行汉语 Welcome to Takeaway Chinese. I'm Niu and joining me today, the artsy and athletic Tony Reed, who also got a really good fashion taste.
Oh, that's very sweet of you, Honglin. It's always a pleasure to be with you on Takeaway Chinese.
It's always a pleasure to have you on Takeaway Chinese. And looking at your suit, it's always very, formal, very, can I say very decent?
No, you can't say very decent. Just it looks pretty decent.
It looks pretty decent.
Oh, well, thank you. I really appreciate that. I mean, I try to come to work and look civilized,
It's a funny thing because in English you have the word dress code.
Mm-hmm.
In Chinese, it's more like certain direction towards what to wear to a certain occasion. So we don't really have a specific word for it.
Oh.
Or sometimes we say 着装需求 or 着装要求. So 着装 would be what to wear, a very formal word for what to wear. 要求 is like requirement. So 着装要求, is there any requirement towards what to wear?
Okay, can you say that one more time? I'm going to try to mimic it.
着装要求
着装要求
Yes, 着装要求 So it's not exactly like dress code because we know dress code is kind of like not that demanding, but 要求 is like requirement or demand. So It's a little bit more strict, a little bit, less polite in a way.
Right. I feel like dress code is more of like a something that needs to be worn in a certain location, and attire is kind of like someone's personal preference.
Yeah.
So I think I know what you mean.
So even though in Chinese we don't have that specific direct translation of dress code, we do have dress code for certain occasions, and that is why we're going to discuss what is considered decent or appropriate for certain occasions, especially at the end of summertime. So for our dear listeners, if you're interested in Chinese culture and you want to get to grips with the Chinese language, then this is the show for you. Stick with us for 30 minutes a day and you soon see the rewards. And for more fun Chinese learning, follow our Facebook page, CRI Learn Chinese, to watch many fun videos and live streams. But now, let's provide you with some free Chinese for takeaway. 明天聚会你准备穿什么衣服？还没计划呢，你呢？老板建议我穿白色的长裙。好主意，他一向对穿着很讲究。
Yeah, I feel like this is something that weighs on everyone's mind, especially when we go out and we see people walking around and we're always fumbling with what's appropriate and what's inappropriate. So this is a really good conversation.
And sometimes if it's the event that provides you with a dress code, it's actually easier. You know what to wear, like a, let's say, costume party or a very formal meeting. You got to wear suits and it's easy. It's those that don't really provide anything, that just let you go with your fashion taste and show it off to everyone, show it off or be embarrassed by. That is the kind of events that are, fun, but also a little bit putting a little bit of pressure on everyone.
You said a couple of things here, just really quick before we get into the dialogue. You said suit.
正装 正 is actually straight or 正式 formal, and 装 is a general word for clothes. So 正装 would be a very formal clothes suit. Okay. Or sometimes 西装 西 is west.
Okay.
So at the very beginning, it was the Western style clothes that was introduced to China. That's why we call it our suit from the West, 西装.
Okay. 西装.
西装.
All right, got it.
So for the first sentence in the conversation, 明天聚会你准备穿什么衣服?
So here, what do you plan to wear for the party tomorrow, right?
Yes.
So, okay, 明天 is tomorrow. And 聚会, I learned this one recently. This is like a social gathering, or a party.
Or a party, yes.
Okay. And then 你准备. So this one is it going to?
准备 in itself would be prepare.
Okay.
But if you prepare to do something and you translate it in English, it'll be you plan to do something.
Okay.
你准备, that'll be you plan to, you prepare to.
准备. Okay. And 穿 is wear.
Wear.
Right? Okay. And then 什么衣服?
什么衣服?
What? And then 衣服 this is clothes, right?
It's clothes.
Okay.
So 什么衣服? What clothes? So 明天聚会你准备穿什么衣服? What do you plan to wear for the party tomorrow?
It's pretty straightforward.
Yes.
Considering you know the vocabulary.
Exactly. And here, the way of using 什么 is exactly the way it's been used in this sentence. So 什么衣服? What clothes? You can also say 你想吃什么东西? What do you want to eat?
东西 here, is this food?
Something.
Or something.
Something.
Right, okay.
Or 你想喝什么饮料?
Oh, drink, right? You want to drink
What drinks?
something.
What do you want to drink?
What do you want to drink? Say that again slower.
你想喝什么饮料?
饮料?
饮料 would be drinks.
Oh, okay. I heard the huh, but I didn't-
yeah.
That's a new word by me. What is it? Say it again.
你想喝什么饮料?
饮
料.
料. Okay. Drinks.
So the thing here is that you have a verb and you have a noun. In order to ask what kind of noun do you want, or do you verb it, you put 什么 in between the verb and the noun.
Okay.
So 吃东西 eat something, 吃什么东西 eat what thing. 穿衣服 wear clothes, 穿什么衣服 wear what clothes. 喝饮料 drink a drink. 喝什么饮料 what kind of drink.
穿什么衣服?
Yes.
Okay, so can you just ask a question in this way by just using just that at the end? I mean, it seems like it's a really it's something that you can use in a lot of settings.
Exactly. I can say 你要去什么地方?
Oh, what place do you want to go to?
Exactly.
I'm not sure I can repeat that, but I can understand what it means.
That's the first step. And the answer here is 还没计划呢,你呢?
I haven't planned yet. How about you? So here, I think Jaime means not yet, right? And 计划, is this similar to junbei, where it's like plan, or is that the same thing?
Yes. So 计划 is plan, but when it comes to 准备, there's this slight difference. 准备 prepare to, it's less formal.
Okay.
And it's more like you need to do something to prepare it. Whereas 计划 is a little bit more formal, and it's you have a whole plan in your mind, then you plan it. But generally speaking, you can swap them.
Okay.
And 呢 is only a word you put at the end of the sentence to make it lighter, to make the tone lighter. 还没计划呢,你呢?
Nina. So here, this is just like, what about you?
What about you?
Okay, that's probably one of the fundamental things I learned when I first came to China.
Yeah.
What about you?
You say, 你好吗?我很好,你呢?
Nina.
That's how you do it. And then part A said, 老板建议我穿白色的长裙.
The boss suggested that I wear a long white dress. So here I heard 老板. I think most people know this. This is boss.
Boss,
right?
老板.
And then 建议, and this is suggested, right?
Suggesting or giving advice.
Okay.
And actually, 建议 can be used as a noun, advice.
Advice, okay.
建议.
And then, so 建议我, so this is suggested me or suggested that I. 穿, again, wear. 白色, so 白 is white, right?
白色 white.
And so, although 白色, so here, what does 色 mean?
色 is 颜色 color.
Oh, okay. 白色, so the actual color white. And then 白色的长.
长 is long.
Long. And then 裙
裙is
dress.
So
Okay.
长裙, long dress.
Wow.
And here, since you have already noticed the 白色, white color, actually in Chinese, we prefer two-syllable words. We prefer two character words. So in ancient time, many Chinese words, I think most Chinese words are one-syllable words. You use only one character to suggest the meaning. But modern Chinese prefer two-syllable words, meaning that sometimes the character actually has or carries that meaning already, but you put it together with another character. For example, here, 白 we know it's white, and 色 is color. So we know white is a color, but you put them together saying it's the white color. Having these two-syllable words is easier for people to understand. Well, it's less easy for people to confuse the word with other words sharing the same pronunciation.
Yeah, I would say that because in Chinese you have one word could have lots of meanings depending on the tone. So I guess if it's coupled with something else, that I guess amplifies that meaning.
Yeah.
And it makes it more solid and people can understand what you're saying, right?
Exactly.
Even for me someone who doesn't pronounce things correctly, if I said 白色, I guess everyone would understand that, okay, he's talking about color.
Yes.
Right.
And for example, 衣服 is the same kind of scenario. So both 衣 and 服, both characters actually mean clothes.
Okay.
But you put them together as a formal word in modern Chinese to mean clothes.
Okay, got it.
So 白色的长裙 long white dress. And part B said 好主意，他一向对穿着很讲究。
So here is good idea. She or he always has a good taste in clothes.
Yeah, it's funny because when I see the characters, it's a she.
It's a she, huh?
It's a she, but I read it out loud, so you don't know if it's a she or a he.
Right, because ta could mean either or, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So, 好主意. So this is a good idea.
Good idea, 好主意.
And then 他一, again, he or she, right?
他 actually is he or she. 一向 is always.
一向 is always. And then 对 here, from what I've learned about this word, it can kind of be used as a preposition.
Yes.
Right? So like in, or, he is interested in, so this word in here can serve as a preposition, but so I think 他一向对 always has something in, so I think here it could mean in. I don't know, that's just my opinion. I don't know. And then you have 穿着.
穿着.
穿着. So 穿 again is wear. I'm not sure what 着 here
着
is.
actually in ancient Chinese, it can mean wear as well.
Oh.
So 穿着 is like wearing, what to wear, or even fashion style.
Okay, so
in a
two
general
syllable again,
sense.
huh?
Yes.
Okay, so 穿着 wear, and then 很讲究. So 很 is like very, and 讲究 is a good taste.
讲究 is, it can mean good taste, but here it's like care about. So I know it's not the care about things like you care about someone kind of care about. It's more like this is something in your life that you put attention to.
Okay.
That you think about, that you spend a little bit more time planning or preparing for.
So I guess the closest approximation in English would be meticulous.
Oh yeah, it might be that.
Yeah.
But it's
because meticulous means like you put a lot of like mental activity into whatever it is that you're doing.
Yeah, but it's a little less stressful like that. A little less stressful. For example, if we say 她对吃很讲究, so she cares a lot about what
she eats,
what
right?
she eats.
Okay.
But it's more like she has a good taste and she cares about it and she put time in studying it, and
Meticulous.
it's not as strong. But yeah, that's the thing about translation. Sometimes you just can't find the exact word with the exact degree and attention and everything. But meticulous works, yes.
I think so.
讲究. And 对 here, we know in different languages, you have different prepositions, you have different correlations, you use in and to and for in different occasions, even though sometimes you translate them all to 对. That's the thing here. So 对 can mean for or to or in. It depends on what is the situation or context. But generally, 对 means a direction. So 对 is like the subject has something, and the direction is to the object. So 对穿着讲究 meaning that he or she cares about what to wear. But 对什么感兴趣 so to something interested in. So even though you're using in, it's actually still like a direction towards where your hobby lies.
Okay.
So a direction. For example, if I say, 我对中文很感兴趣.
So one more time, say it again.
我对中文很感兴趣.
So I'm interested in Chinese?
Yes.
Oh, I got that right. Okay.
You got that right. Or if I say, 我对他印象很好.
印象.
印象 would be impression.
Oh, so I got a good impression about someone or something,
Yes,
right?
yes.
Okay.
So even though you don't use in or for or to, actually you still got this impression and the direction is to that person you're talking about. So 对 is about direction.
Okay. Well, I'm going to have to practice that one a little more because it seems like you can use it in a lot of places.
You can use it in a lot of places. And just like the correlation in English, in order to master that, you got to practice and remember what others are saying. Sometimes it just has no reason. You just got to remember it.
Yeah, you just got to roll with it. Yeah.
And
that's probably the most frustrating advice from a teacher because, I mean, in teaching English, I had to sometimes tell my students, this is just how it's done.
Yeah,
Sorry.
It's just how it's done. So, 对. And any other questions towards the conversation?
Why don't we give it a shot? I mean, yes, hopefully I can pronounce this good enough.
明天聚会你准备穿什么衣服？
还没计划呢。换呢？
还没计划呢。
Okay. 还没计划呢。你呢？
老板建议我穿白色的长裙。
好主意，太相对，穿着很讲究。
Great! You're listening to Takeaway Chinese with myself, Niu Honglin, and Tony. We would love to hear from you. Send us your thoughts via email to learnchinese@cai.com.cn. Coming up next, let's talk about more fashion, style, and words related to clothing. Don't go away so you can take some Chinese away. Welcome back to Takeaway Chinese. I'm Niu Honglin, joined by Tony Reed in the studio. Tony, do you know how to say skirt in Chinese?
Skirt, I should. Duanchun?
短裙, that's true. Yeah, you know how to say that. I was going to make fun of you because you're a man, you don't know about girl clothing, but apparently I'm wrong. My apologies.
Yes, you are. I mean, even though I'm a guy, we like clothes that women wear.
Oh, that's nice. So there are many words in our list that we can provide with our dear listeners because, you know, when it comes to clothing, if you travel to a certain place and you know a little bit of the local language, you go shopping, and if you can throw in a couple of words, that'll be very nice, and you will find, you know, people being very friendly and everything.
Or laughing at your pronunciation.
But it's a good icebreaker.
Yeah.
In the little chit-chat we shared at the beginning of the episode, we were talking about, you know, autumn is coming, summer is leaving, and Beijing is getting colder. So maybe 短裙 skirt is no longer the choice, but we can still always wear 长裙.
长裙. That sounds like it's not like a skirt, it's a dress?
It's a dress.
Okay.
And the thing is, actually, 裙子 is a general term for both dress and skirts.
Oh, okay.
So easier.
Yeah, I think so.
And of course, we talked about 正装 and 西装.
西装.
西装
that
and
sounds so
正装.
familiar.
正装 and 西
West.
装.
Oh, wait. I heard West. So this is like Western suit, right?
Yes, suit.
Okay.
So 正装 or 西装 would be suit. And that's for girls. And for guys, of course, you have 衬衣.
衬衣. Okay, so a shirt.
Shirt. And T 恤.
Oh, t-shirt.
T-shirt. That's an easy one, right? You got T there. T-shirt, T-shirt. And of course, when it comes to fashion style, you got to describe your clothes. So there's 短袖, 长袖, and 无袖. 袖 is 袖子. 袖子 would be sleeve.
Oh, so this is the distinction between short and long sleeve, right?
So 长袖 would be long sleeve and 短袖 would be short sleeve.
Okay, 短袖.
Yes, 短袖.
So duan in general means short? Okay, can you call someone duan?
No.
Duan?
Okay, that's the thing. In English, if someone's short, you say, they're short. But in Chinese, 短 is like a horizontal short, whereas 矮 is a vertical short.
矮, that sounds like love.
矮, different tone.
Third tone.
Yes. So, 高矮, it's a pair of opposite words.
Okay.
So, 高 is tall, and 矮 is short. And you got 长短. 长 is long, and 短 is short.
Okay.
So if you're not so close to the one that you're talking about and you call them short as in 短, that's just not nice.
Okay. But so here, what you're saying is this only applies to like certain things. Like for example, if you wanted to say a short table,
Yes.
You wouldn't say I, right? You would say 短.
When it comes to table, it's a little bit different because it can be short as in it's not tall.
Okay.
But it can also be a little bit thin. Or a little bit short horizontally.
Right.
So if you say 这个桌子有点短, it's like it's short in a horizontal way and you want it to be longer so more people can sit around the table.
Right.
But if you say it's 矮, then it's too short.
Okay.
As
so
in...
it's a kid's table.
It's a kid's table, thank you. So literally, 矮 would be short vertically and 短 would be short horizontally.
Okay, that makes sense.
That's a very strange conversation. I didn't anticipate we'll have in today's episode, but it's actually very useful.
I think so.
Yes. So another one, I think since we're talking about short and things, actually there is also 低领, low cut.
低领.
低领. 领 is collar. So 低领 is low cut. So D is actually low. It's also it's also vertically low in a way.
Are you talking about like low-cut shirts?
Yes,
that women
low-cut
wear?
shirts and low-cut dresses.
Okay.
But the low here is also vertically short, if you think about.
Yeah, I think it's short always.
Yeah, but you can also use D to describe a short person. You say 他个子有点低.
Say that again slower.
他个子有点低.
有点.
A little bit. 低, low. So the height of this person is a little bit low. Does that make sense?
Oh, yeah, you're insulting someone, right? You're calling them very short?
No, it's like describing.
Okay.
It's a very neutral word.
Okay.
As well as I, a neutral word.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
I is neutral.
Yes, it's neutral.
Duan is a bit rude, huh?
It's totally rude because you don't use 短 to describe someone vertically.
Okay.
Okay, so D is also low. But yeah, most of the times we translate D as low instead of short. But it kind of like meaning the same thing.
Okay. So again, yodian is a little, right?
Is a little. And you can also say, we've talked about saying 这个桌子有点矮. The table is a little bit short, it's a little bit kids table. You can also say 这个桌子有点低. It's a little bit low.
It's
Same
a little
thing.
low.
Yeah.
Okay, so D is low.
Yes. And of course, when it comes to clothing or fashion style, you would have a word to describe the style. For example, someone's style is a bit conservative.
So 保守的.
保守的. Of course, conservative 保守的 can be used in other scenarios as well. For example, 他的观念很保守. 观念, his idea or his thoughts or his way of looking at the word. Yes.
Okay. Wait, let me write that down. How do you say that?
他的观念很保守.
观念 is kind of like their perspective, huh?
Yes.
Okay.
And 它的观念也可以很大胆。
胆胆。
大胆。
大胆。Oh, it's a bit bold.
It's
right?
a bit bold.
Okay.
Or 很前卫。
前
卫 would be advanced.
Advanced.
前卫 or experimental.
前
卫。
卫
But experimental would be 实验性. So many different
All right,
words.
slow down. You're giving me too many words here. So you
It's
have
okay.
观念, which is like someone's way of thinking, and then you have the 前卫, which
前卫
is advanced. Right?
Advanced, yes.
Okay.
So I think my point here is that you can have whatever fashion taste you want. And these are some words you can use when it comes to your fashion taste.
So here, I noticed that the words say, like, for example, bold, 大胆的. So the would mean I would need to put something after it, right? Like a style or clothes. So what I say, 大胆的衣服, or what I need, how would you say style?
风格.
风格. So if I say 风格, does that mean that this could apply to many things, not just clothes, right? So it wouldn't work here. We would need to say 衣服.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
Of course. And that brings us to the end of today's Takeaway Chinese. I'm Niuniu with Tony in the studio. Today I threw at him so many words and hopefully
Yes, lots of words.
before next episode he'll be able to master all of it. And that's the same kind of wish I have every time towards our dear listeners.